What's up, everybody? Chewy891 coming at you today with a One Piece chapter 1011 review. And this chapter, I gotta say, not as good as the previous like 3 or 4 that we've gotten, but this one's still a really good chapter. Um, so after the 2 week break, we get this chapter, and now we are going into Golden Week, so we won't get a chapter next weekend. We'll get another chapter in 2 weeks. I believe Golden Week's next week, which sucks. Because I would hate to have ended this one with a break, right? I mean, I felt like last week's chapter was more warranted of a. I mean, 2 weeks ago's chapter was warranted of a break. This one, no. But either way, that's fine with me. I mean, this chapter was pretty good today. Today we get to see an image of Big Mom's new homie, which we talked about, which I talked about in the last review, that I believe Big Mom's just making another one. And this one's name is, and I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. What is Hera? Which is a very interesting name, which is a really cool name. It looks like she shoots out lightning or something like that, or a lightning bolt. She just all of a sudden, Kid and Killer are waiting on the edge there and waiting for Big Mom to come up to the castle to stop her, to prevent her from helping out Kaido. And of course, you see the attack coming, and this is a really huge lightning attack, and it hits the side of Onigashima, or the skull, and like puts a hole in the skull, and Kid and Killer, they just get away. And from there, we see Zeus, call out to Big Mom, and then breaks out of the prison that he was in, that Law created for Zeus. And of course, he's looking for Big Mom, and of course, they can't let Zeus get back to Big Mom, because if they let Zeus get back to Big Mom along with her new homie, which is amazing, by the way, this huge lightning attack that she's shooting, Big Mom's going to be a huge problem. That's for sure. So then, that happens. Of course, a big Kid brings everybody back together. And, of course, right now there's Law is saying that Big Mom is in the castle right now. And things get dicey if she can get back to this battle here. Because the whole point of the strategy is to keep those two separate, to keep Kaido and Big Mom separate as best they can, up until Luffy can do something about Kaido, if he can beat Kaido, which we're gonna get in one-on-one with Kaido and Luffy is gonna be amazing. I can't wait to get this. But again, the other thing about this chapter is I thought at some point we're gonna get back to the other battles, in Wano right now. We got Jinbei versus Who's Who. We've got Frankie versus Saki. We've got other battles. I mean, I thought by now we'd be going back to those battles before we get to the final battle with Luffy and Kaido. But we'll see what happens. Of course, we got Marco, King, and Queen, and all that. I mean, it's an interesting choice by Oda today. But that's okay. So, that's going on. And Kaido gets back up. And, of course, he makes a comment saying, the greater the risk, the wider his smile is, right? And the wider your smile. And, of course, Luffy just, he's excited, because this is a high-level battle right now, you know what I mean? Like, his life is on the line. Luffy's life is on the line against Kaido. Kaido can kill him at any moment. So they go right, and then you get a little clash between Kaido and Luffy, which is hype as all hell, which is hype. You're starting to see Luffy use the Conqueror's Haki, and you're starting to see it, because they're not touching, right? So Luffy's throwing punches, Kaido's using his club. They're not touching. They're just using Conqueror's Haki, and they're clashing. It's one of the coolest things I've seen so far. I mean, in this arc, it's amazing what Kaido and Luffy are doing. And of course, we go away from that battle. Now we get back to inside the castle, where Kid and Killer, we go back to them. And they're trying to find Big Mom, because she's in the castle right now, moving around. They said the hole she made was massive, and they couldn't tell where she was flying. They could not tell where she was going at all. So they're just they're doing everything they can to find her. So they're saying she's got to be upstairs. So Kid and Kaido, of course, oh my God, Killer and Kid are on the move. And they run into Basil Hawkins, who I've been wondering about Basil Hawkins and where he's been this entire time. I think this is the first time we've seen Basil Hawkins in Act 3. I could be wrong. Maybe he was in another chapter. I'm not sure. I'm excited to see him. I want to see where his story is going. Yeah, we haven't seen him this entire time. So that's good. We get to see Basil Hawkins finally. He comes here. He stops kidding. Killer. They go back and forth with some dialogue. Of course, Kid's saying, you got balls to come over here and see me, to put be in front of my face here, man. You're a rat. You know what I mean? And of course, Hawkins like, listen, man, Apu already sold us out. We were screwed the minute we let Apu in our crew. Apu was already working for Kaido, right? I mean, he sold us out, and we were screwed the minute that happened. So, Hawkins' mindset is, look, I'm trying to survive, man. I'm not trying I'm not trying to die here. I'm trying to work for the winning side, and that's it. So, what I like about this is Killer is going to be taking on Basil Hawkins, and this is what I'm talking about. So now we got Killer. Now we got Killer versus Basil Hawkins, right? A way for Killer to redeem himself after losing to Zoro, which is not a bad feat at all. I mean, he loses Zoro, damn, Zoro's a beast right now. Okay, right now he's preferred to have Conqueror's Haki. So, of course, Kid is going to go off to look for Big Mom. Killer's going to stick around here. And, of course, Basil Hawkins is, he makes a mention that he has, right now, Killer's likelihood of death for Killer is 92%. So he has an 8% chance to live. I mean, these predictions that Basil Hawkins makes, they're pretty spot on. So, will Killer get killed here? I don't know. I don't think so. Of course, this is going to be something, a moment. Personally, what I think is going to be a teaching moment for Basil Hawkins, which is like, you can't just rely on fortune and all that stuff, man. You make your own destiny. You know what I mean? You can't rely on fortunes and all that stuff. You make your life what you make out of it, right? Like, you don't listen to everyone else. You change your destiny. You're in control of your destiny. I think that's the lesson here. So right now we got Killer going up against Basil Hawkins. This should be an exciting fight. I'm hoping the next like maybe 6 or 7 chapters are like of all the battles wrapping up, and then we go to the top at the end, and then it's Kaido versus Luffy, and then we wrap up the arc that way, right? That's my hope, because I really want to wrap up these other battles. I'm really excited to see Jinbei fight and all that, and Frankie and all that, and of course Robin getting her against Black Maria. I want to see that, and Sanji. I want to see Sanji fight Jack or something, or Queen or whatever. I want to see those battles. So of course now we go to probably the Usopp Nami stuff and the Kimidango with Otama, right? With Tama, whatever. So they're on the back of the whatever they're on, the dog, and of course Usopp is launching out attacks. He's launching out his Green Star stuff or whatever, and he just can't do any damage to Page One at all, of course, because one thing is Usopp doesn't know any Haki or anything. I'm pretty sure if he can imbue his Haki, if he ever learns armament, he could do a lot of damage to some of these characters. But we'll see. I mean, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I mean, he's launching these attacks. I mean, they're exploding. They're not really doing much to Page One, not really slowing them down. And the interesting part about this chapter, about this part in the chapter, I mean, everything else here is fine. We find out about the Kimidango, right? My concern was, I thought at some point Oda was going to use Tama to use the Kimidango on Kaido. I swear to you, I know there's been a theory out here about this somewhere. I thought this was going to be something stupid with Tama launching Kimidango into Kaido's mouth, and then I would weaken him or whatever, and it'd be something stupid like that. And today what we find out is that the Kimidango works on people who've taken the Smile Fruit. Okay? That's who it works on. That is great news. That makes me happy. That makes me happy that Otama cannot use these Kimidango on people that have eaten a real Zoan fruit. Thank you. Thank you. Because I repeat, did not want to see the Kimidango thing with Kaido at all. At all. Now, what this means is that the forces are going to be more in the Alliance's favor, because she's going to go to get to that floor and hit all those small Devil Fruit users with Kimidangos, and they're going to just turn on Kaido's crew. So the numbers will be in their favor, and then from there they'll probably, win the battle or whatever the case may be. So, Usopp does some cool stuff here. He does his flower fireworks, does really big damage into Page One. And Usopp gets some time to shine here. And, of course, it did nothing to Page One. Because, like I said, I just think Usopp needs to imbue his attacks with Haki, in my opinion. I hope at some point he learns armament, but we'll see. I don't know. So he gets back up, and guess who we run into? Big Mom. We run into Big Mom. And, of course, I'm like, they're fucked. But, I'm like, okay, this is One Piece. There's something going on here, right? So He runs into, like I said, Usopp and Nami. She recognizes them. She's like, okay, I'm really gonna go to town here and kill these motherfuckers. But Big Mom runs into Otama, and she of course remembers Otama from her amnesia days, going through Wano, feeding her the soup and being nice to her and all that stuff, and talking about Uncle Boruto. And of course, we get a mention here from Prometheus that Mama's smothering mode. She gets like this around kids that are 10 years old. So she just has this mode where she turns into a kid, because in her Big Mom is a kid. She's got, she's basically a giant kid, right? So, she turns to smothering mode. She talks to Otama, and then that's where Otama mentions about Uncle Boruto being burnt down by Kaido's subordinates, and also the kind of stuff for keeping the raid a secret. And it just pisses off Big Mom, because Big Mom was like, they treated me well. They shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Kaido's subordinates should not have done that. There's still more. And she makes a mention here that, and I forget what the words she uses here. So, of course, Page One sees Big Mom, and he thinks, okay, Big Mom is on our side, right? Big Mom is going to help us out here. Cool. Take them down. He doesn't realize that Big Mom's talking to Otama. He doesn't realize anything about... He didn't hear any of that, right? So, Page One goes in for an attack. And he said, and what I love about this, Big Mom says there are still standards in the pirate world. They treated me right. They shouldn't have done that to them. That's ridiculous. So, maybe this moment here will turn Big Mom against the Kaido alliance, and Big Mom will just either just take off and say, screw this, I'm out, or maybe help out with the battle somehow against Kaido. I don't know. I personally don't want that to happen. What I personally want to happen is she just does her little part here, goes to God, I can't remember his name already. Her oldest son. God, I can't remember his name. Perospero. Goes to Perospero and just says, let's get the hell out of here. Kaido's cooked. Let's just go. We'll deal with Straw Hat some other time. You know what I mean? On our own terms, right? That's what I personally want to happen, but we'll see. So she goes and punches Page One, and everybody's like, what the hell is going on here? So, of course, this is where things are going to get bad, right? So Kid hears something, and he goes, Big Mom must be back there. So he's going to go over there and confront Big Mom. We might get a one-on-one with Kid and Big Mom for a bit. We'll see what happens here, because then we have to find out, because is he going to see that Big Mom helped out and then like tell Kid, hey, don't worry about it. I'm just going to get these guys out of here, and I'm leaving. I'm out. Or are they going to have a battle and go back and forth and whatever? I don't know. I'm excited. This is a pretty good chapter. Like I said, not as good as the past, like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 that have come out that have been fire. That have just been coming out. To me, this was like a 4 out of 5 in my opinion. Really good stuff. Set up a lot. We got some progression with the Usopp Nami thing. Page One looks like he's down or just injured. Ulti is there. I'm hoping from here though, like I said, the chapter the next 2 weeks, I really want to get to the other battles here in Onigashima. I want to finish those battles and then get to the top main event. That's where I'm at with it. We'll see what happens in 2 weeks. Anyways, guys, thank you. This is my review of One Piece Chapter 1011. Please let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Like, dislike the video. Subscribe to my channel. We'll have more One Piece content. Let me know what you think about the chapter. What do you think about Big Mom? What do you think her role is going to be for the rest of the arc? Do you think we're going to get a Kid versus Big Mom one-on-one here? Do you think we're going to get to the other battles at some point within the next chapter or so? Just let me know everything you think about this chapter, man. Pretty good stuff. The stuff with Luffy and Kaido, them clashing with Conqueror's Haki, really, that was probably one of the best things I've seen in a long time. It was really, really cool. And Killer versus Basil Hawkins, man. Do you think that battle's going to be really cool? Do you think that we're going to get a climax? Do you think Killer's going to die? Or do you think it's one of those moments where, like, Basil Hawkins gets proven wrong and all that kind of stuff? Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Keep reading One Piece. Be safe out there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.